Hey guys, Paul from Net Audio here. We're going to talk about another one of our products that we've had on the market for a little bit. So if you've ever talked to us, if you found our website and read everything, then you know that we aim at the DIY guys. The guys who want to do the stuff themselves, who know how to do it, or really just want to save a few bucks or try to learn. What we aim our products towards is to make it an easier installation for the average do-it-yourselfer. Some of our harnesses that we're going to talk about are for the premium audio systems. At one point in time, our box sales was declining. So I reached out to our customers and said, hey, what's the deal? Did something happen? Is somebody saying something? And what happened is that customers were more worried about the new premium audio systems in their complicated trucks, and they were afraid on how to tie in and add subs to them. We started making harnesses and interfaces. So this is one of our newer harnesses that we're going to talk about. This is for the 2019 and up Ram 1500 5th gens with the Alpine system. This does not work with the Harman system. This does not work with the heavy-duty trucks. The way that the Alpine system is set up on these trucks, it is a 12-channel amplifier that runs all the different speakers. 3 of those channels is running to the subwoofer. If you get to the subwoofer on the back wall, it is a 6-wire sub. It's a triple voice coil. So not a single voice coil, not a dual voice coil, triple. Very weird. We hunted and hunted and hunted and hunted. And I'm talking like I spent a lot of time on the phone with different engineers trying to find this connector. This is a Net Audio exclusive. We found the plug, we found the pins, we pin this and wire this up and make it ourselves. So this is our piece. If you have the Alpine system, a couple of different things here. We hear a lot of people on the Facebook groups say how to install these systems and they're wrong. We hear from a lot of people that, oh, just tap into the back door speakers, just tap into the front door speakers. First of all, that's a lot harder. Why do I want to take apart door sills and B-pillars and all this stuff and then have to find the speaker wires? We go to the subwoofer. Your system has a factory subwoofer, go to the subwoofer. If you go to the doors are already crossed over from the factory with the Alpine amplifier tuning, meaning the doors are not playing deep bass. They are not playing subwoofer bass. We have hooked RTAs up to them. We have watched the frequency response. This is the way that 95% of premium audio systems out there work if they have a factory subwoofer. There's 2 ways to do it. You do the Amp Pro, which we love, and you go behind the radio and that catches the audio signal before it gets to the factory amplifier, or you go to the factory subwoofer. A couple of ways to do this. You can pull the back seat, or honestly, if you don't want to pull the seat, then you can reach up behind it and behind the carpet and you can find the factory plug and unplug it and plug it in. It's not that hard. What we have is our plug. We've tied into 2 of the voice coils, so we have 4 speaker wires. And then just to try to keep the factory amplifier a little happy, on the 3rd coil going to the 3rd set of wires going to the factory amplifier, we have a load resistor. These new factory amplifiers can be kind of picky, where if they don't see a speaker, then it has a tendency to shut channels off. We're adding the load resistor just to keep those subwoofer channels happy, but the converter we're also using from PAC has load resistors built into them. We're trying to keep the signal and everything happy. We've shipped out a lot of these and we haven't had any issues yet. Like I said, you can pull the back seat or you can pull the carpet up and you can get to this plug. So you unplug the factory subwoofer, you plug it into this. That's it. Now the other half of this harness, if I spread it out, you create a big Y. So we give you plenty of slack. This is your signal. This is your power. We give you a yellow and a black. Yellow is power, black is ground. When this converter sees audio and sees power and ground, it will make your remote turn-on signal for you. This is what will tell your new amplifier to turn on. So you don't have to go and find an ignition source or do anything else like that. And the way we wire this up is we wire these straight into your new amplifier. That's why we give you so much slack, is because we want to try to make this installation really straightforward. We get our power, we put the yellow 12-volt wire in with the power wire at the amplifier. We put the black ground wire in with your ground wire at your new amplifier, and then the remote wire goes into your remote input. So all those wires should be right there next to it. This makes for a really clean installation. Now we're going to stop and talk about grounding really quick. We have been using these converters religiously for about 8-9 years. We've been using them locally. We've been using them with the harnesses that we build and ship. For a short period of time, we were getting a lot of these coming back, and customers were saying, oh, it doesn't work, my remote put out isn't working, or the power light on it's not powering up. And we had to jump through because we were like, why are we suddenly having issues with these? Did PAC change something? Did they go to a different manufacturer? No. What happened is these were going bad and burning out because of the bad grounds that people were doing at their new amplifiers. Well, how come the ground at the amplifier is having an effect on this? It's an electronic device, so that electricity is going to go for the path of least resistance. It is going to do whatever it can for this amplifier to work. Well, if it can't get good power or good ground, then it's going to go looking for other sources. And in this case, it sees this. It sees this signal going through the factory amplifier. It sees the signal going through the ANC module under the seat. And what's happening is this cannot take the current of your new amp, and it smokes your converter. What we started doing is we started testing every one of these before they ship out, and we include a tested certificate saying who it was tested by and on what date and what product it is. So we know these work when they leave our shop. It is vital to have a good ground for your new amplifier, and I do not mean using a factory ground. Those little ground studs are not sufficient for this. It does not mean using a seat bolt in the back of the truck. That is absolutely the worst thing that you can do for running a new ground on your amplifier. And I know there's going to be some garage heroes that are going to argue with me in the comments and tell me I've always used a seat bolt ground and I've never had a problem. I don't care. I'm telling you as a professional and as a manufacturer that if we have equipment issues that are brought to us or that are products that we made that have problems, it always goes back to having a crappy ground. Make sure that your ground is clean and make your own ground either with a nut and bolt or self-tapping screws, some sort of better solution. Other than that, these make your installation much, much easier. There's no need for adjusting the gain on the back of it. This does not boost the signal. This is going to give you close to a 2-volt RCA output, which is similar to what, if you put a Kenwood radio in your car, then it's going to have a 2-volt output. That's very common industry standard RCA output. For your average everyday user, this is a fantastic way to do it, and it makes for a very quick and simple installation. Hopefully that answered some questions. We are planning on doing some installation videos on these whenever these trucks come available. So keep an eye out for that. If you want something more detailed, whenever that comes around, it'll be on our channel. Be sure to subscribe. Hit us up in the comments below if you have any questions. Always feel free to hit us up on social media. Give us a call at the shop at 940-767-1800 or shoot us a line at netaudioWF@gmail.com. Thanks, guys.